Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video, and I just wanted to go ahead and clarify some things regarding one of my largest holdings and one of my favorite stocks, which is Arrival. They just recently reported earnings and people are making a big fuss about it. There was this crazy sell-off. The stock is currently down, I think 25%, something like that. The stock basically crashed. And so I just wanted to go ahead and talk about this stock and kind of explain my thoughts. So first off, here's what happened. The company noted that it expects significantly lower vehicle volumes and revenue next year as a result of delays impacting the timing of van production next year. And additionally, the company moved the construction timeline of one of its micro factories from 2022 to 2023. Now, that update upset some investors who had been expecting vehicle rollouts to occur sooner. However, I would argue that these crybaby investors don't understand that manufacturing is very hard and it takes a long time. Now, part of the reason why they are expecting lower revenue is because they are increasing their spending in order to de-risk production. Arrival is also making changes to its operations by bringing logistics and battery module assembly in-house. Those actions also mean increased costs, which also affects future revenue. Arrival is moving startup production for its large van to 2023 in order to prioritize additional van variants and allow the company to maximize reuse of components. The timeline remains the same for its bus and van segments, with startup production in Q2 2022 and Q3 2022 respectively. Now, Arrival's first two microfactories in Rock Hill, South Carolina and the UK are expected to start production in Q2 and Q3 of 2022, respectively. Arrival's third microfactory in Charlotte, North Carolina is expected to start production in Q4 2022. The company also faces industry-wide increases in the expected cost of raw materials, including aluminum. And so, I do understand the sell-off, because when you withdraw the original projections you put forth a year ago, that changes how you should be valued as a company. And so this doesn't mean that the stock is going to go to zero, because at the end of the day, they're not stopping production and closing down as a company. What they're doing is they're easing into full vehicle production at a slower rate for the reasons that I just previously stated. And so, in my opinion, they're being smart, because they're not trying to overestimate their expectations for 2022. What they're doing is they decided to be honest to investors in their latest earnings call, and they're letting us know that they're taking a more careful approach, a more conservative view to make sure that they get it right, which is smart in my opinion, because this ensures that they'll be able to scale, which is basically just a fancy word for grow and expand. And by doing this, they are ensuring that they will be able to safely get on the road to profitability. A lot of things can go wrong as a startup company. And so Arrival recognized those risks and decided to take the pain and tell investors upfront what's going on, which again, in my opinion, is smart, because they're protecting themselves in the long run and giving themselves time to meet their goals. Arrival is a startup, so it makes perfect sense why they would want to take their time and ensure that they can safely and effectively meet their goals. And so I think that Arrival is a buy at this price. It's one of my largest holdings, and seeing that they have plans for a car designed to be used for ride-hailing services and a partnership with Uber Technologies, as well as a deal with UPS where they are looking to receive 10,000 of its electric delivery vehicles from Arrival, has me extremely bullish on this company. And lastly, the fact that Arrival is revolutionizing automaking and replacing the century-old conveyor belt assembly line system by manufacturing vehicles in tiny factories called microfactories that cost far less. And so I'm a big believer in this company. And if investors want to panic sell and paper hand because they can't handle some volatility, then fine. But for me, I have no issue with that, because in my opinion, what management is doing is good, and I'm still a very happy and willing investor into this company. And so that's just how I feel. I don't understand why everybody is panicking so much about a startup. You should have known that a startup EV company is not going to be profitable for years to come. You should have known that a startup EV company could run into plenty of problems regarding manufacturing and cost of goods. It makes perfect sense. And so when you understand the risks that are involved in a startup, but you weigh that by the future prospects and what the company aims to do, and you decide that you believe in management and you believe that they can execute in the long run, then you have no reason to sell this stock, and selling this stock makes absolutely no sense. Now, if you want to sell the stock for a loss, that's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to continue holding because I understand that I'm holding a startup company. There's going to be some bumps in the road. There's going to be some pain on the way. It's not going to be smooth selling. Tesla wasn't smooth selling when they first started. They had a lot of bumps in the road, but after the years passed by, management showed that they could effectively meet their goals, and Tesla became what it is today. I think Arrival is going to be a big deal in the future. And obviously, I'm not the only one who feels that way, because UPS and Uber decided to get into an agreement with them. So the fact that two of the biggest companies on the planet trust Arrival enough to do a partnership with them should tell you everything that you need to know. I don't know very many EV companies that have a deal with Uber for a ride sharing car, and UPS where they're going to deliver 10,000 electrical vehicle vans. I don't know very many companies like that. All of these EVs on the stock market haven't done anything and have these crazy valuations, but you have a legit EV company that has a legit partnership with legit companies and is backed by the UK government, but people have a problem with it. Doesn't make much sense to me. So I'm sticking with Arrival. It's a long-term play. If you're going to buy this company, put your 2023, 2024, and 2025 hat on and come along and be a part of the ride, because it's going to be a good one if you have the patience to hold for the long term. And so that'll go ahead and conclude this video. I'm sorry, I just had to get that off my chest. I had to go on a little bit of a rant because this Arrival stuff is insane, and this is such a great company, in my opinion. Of course, not financial advice, but that'll go ahead and conclude this video. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.